Lots of you guys have requested that I do one of these videos, so as you saw by the title, today we're checking out what's on my iPhone. Before we jump into things, I just want to say very quickly that this is going to be apps only on my iPhone for right now. I promise in the near future I will cover tweaks, and if I forget to do that video, please send me a tweet on Twitter or something. It's probably not going to be up for the next couple of weeks, but I will try my very best to have a part 2 with what tweaks I use up on my channel in the relatively near future. Nonetheless, we're jumping into it right now, guys. I'm not going to talk about my default apps, but starting off on page 1 with Instagram at the, I guess, third or second to last row. Obviously, that's for sharing pictures on Instagram. After that, we've got Tweetbot. If you are a Twitter user and the Twitter app bothers you with ads and just other unnecessary things that pop up all the time, what the heck were they doing with the while you were away feature? How does it even know what tweets to pick? I don't know, that drove me crazy. I have been using Tweetbot for probably a year and a half or maybe even almost 2 years. Yeah, I think it has been 2 years now. Hands down, like I said, it's the best Twitter application. There are so many features on it, but I'm going to stop talking about it now because I could literally talk about that for hours. Which leads me to my next app that I leave on my homepage because these are apps that I use a ton. That's Sonos. Sonos allows you to control the speakers that you can see on my desk right here with this app. So I'm going to launch it up very quickly. Obviously, I can't play any sound for copyright issues, but if I hit play, it's going to start playing music on these speakers. And I can control this from my Mac, iPhone, iPad, even an iPod Touch if I had one still, all with the Sonos app. Sonos is awesome. If you're a music lover, you should definitely check it out. They're high quality speakers, relatively pricey, but I promise you once you get them, you won't be disappointed. Next, what the heck? Wow, I don't know what app that is. I don't know how that even got installed on my phone. What the heck is that? Alright, I'm just gonna skip it for now. If you know what the name of this app is that just is randomly on my phone, let me know down below in the comments section. It looks vaguely and oddly familiar, like I used to upload things to it. I don't know. Now I'm just talking crazy. Next up is the Clear app. Basically, it's a improved version of the Reminders app on iPhone. It allows you to do a lot of swipe actions, and I feel like it helps me be a little bit more productive than using the stock Reminders app. On the top of my next page, we've got YouTube Creator Studio, which allows me to manage my channel, view analytics, even respond to comments. If you've got a YouTube channel and you upload relatively frequently, I would highly recommend checking it out. It's super well made. Well, I shouldn't say super. It's pretty darn well made, and it really does help you manage your channel better. Up next, FaceTime Calculator, then a little folder tucked away in extras, compass, tips, voice memos, contacts, mail, music, and podcasts. On the next row, we've got my airport utility in order to manage my Airport Extreme base station, which basically, if you don't know what that is, it's Apple's brand of Wi-Fi routers. After that, we have Alien Blue for Reddit, which of course allows me to browse Reddit on my iPhone. Not a huge fan of the design in all honesty, but I cannot take the unoptimized, non-mobile version of Reddit in Safari, so I'm gonna definitely be sticking to Alien Blue, at least for right now. After that, I use CNN to view news. After that, the Advanced Warfare Companion app is, of course, the companion app for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, which I unboxed a couple months ago. It's actually a really fun game, by the way. Following that kind of goes along with gaming is the Xbox One Smart Glass app. You have the ability and capacity to control your Xbox with this, but for the most part, I just use the feature that allows you to see which of your friends are currently online. Then Amazon.com to shop Amazon for my mobile, and also it's got this really cool barcode scanning feature, so if I go in Target or something and want a price match, I can just do that and they will actually price match Amazon's price as long as you show them it most of the time, and it's a really good deal to get Amazon's price in a physical store. Just a little pro tip there. After that, we've got Crossy Road, which is basically a endless Frogger game. It's kind of a copy off it, but it's a really good copy, and it's a ton of fun to play. If you haven't heard of it already, definitely go give it a try. Then we've got the Apple Store app to shop in the Apple Store for my phone. Kicking off the next row, we've got Deliveries, a package tracker. By the name, or as the name implies, it allows you to track packages that you've ordered from online places like Amazon, Apple, all that good stuff. It's actually a really well-made app, and I would definitely recommend trying it out if you order a lot of stuff from the internet. After that, the Destiny companion app, I've got it on my phone as I have the Advanced Warfare companion app. Destiny is a really fun game that I love playing with my friends. After that, we've got Bitly, which allows me to track how many people have clicked on one of my particular bit.ly links. I'll launch it very quickly just to show you how it works, but you can see Jailbreak Awards. It was probably, I think, bit.ly/2014 Jailbreak Awards. Whenever you clicked on that link, it actually registered as a click, so I could see how many of you guys actually clicked on that link hours or even days after it was originally posted. Pretty useful for seeing analytics of how well your links are performing on social media, or even just to see how many people are clicking on them. After that is Duolingo, which is a super useful language learning app. I just use it to brush up on my German. If you guys didn't know, I take German in school. It's actually a really fun language and I love learning about Germany, so the Duolingo app is really perfect for me. If you are interested in learning a language, Duolingo, like I said, it's an amazing app and it's available 100% for free. So if you want to try to learn another language, you should definitely check it out. After that, Find My iPhone allows me to check out where my iCloud and iOS devices and even your Mac is if you've lost them or something. Really, really useful. If you don't have Find My iPhone yet, you need to get it. It is pretty much necessary at this point to be able to see where your iOS devices are. In case it even just fell under the couch, you can ping it and you will be able to easily locate it. After that, the My Queue app allows me to open and close my garage door from my phone. Really, really cool. Flappy Bird, of course, I don't have to say much about that. It's a really fun game, and yes, this iPhone will be worth $1 million in a couple years. I gotta keep marketing it, gotta keep working on the development. Flappy Bird on this phone, this iPhone 6 is gonna be worth 10 times. No, I'm just kidding, guys. It's a really fun game, and I just kind of like keeping it on my phone. After that, Dropbox to view my Dropbox saves on my phone. Facebook Pages Manager allows me to manage my Facebook page. Snapchat, of course. It's Snapchat. You can send pictures that expire in a few seconds to your friends. It's just kind of a fun app. I don't use it a whole lot. I'm not one of those people with like 50,000 or higher Snapchat scores. I'm probably like 20, probably more than 20, maybe like less than 100 still. I don't know. I use it sometimes. It's kind of fun. Facebook app, of course, is for Facebook viewing. Vine, then starting on the next page. Whew, I'm out of breath already. I didn't realize how many apps I had on my phone until you talk about them for 7 minutes already. Up first is Geekbench 3, allows you to basically do a benchmark on your phone to see how it compares to other phones on the market like Android, or even just comparing the iPhone 6 to the iPhone 5S. I've used it in a couple videos before and it's actually pretty useful. It's kind of cool to see how this device performs compared to other devices or older iPhones. Google Search app to search Google My Verizon to view how much data I've used, and as you can see, there's a really cool notification center widget to see how much data you've used so far that month. Spring Tomatis 3 is a jailbreak thing, so I'll talk about that at a later time. The Yelp app I just used to see what restaurants are around. If I'm in an area that I'm not usually in, I'll just pull up Yelp or ask Siri what restaurants are around. She's got pretty good Yelp integration, so that's the only reason that is installed on my phone. Subway Surfers, you know what, actually I don't play that anymore, so I'm going to delete it right on the spot. Why don't we go ahead and remove from Game Center as well. Google AdSense Next allows me to view how much money I've made off my website, iUpdateOS.com. I believe I've got some ads in my Cydia repo as well. Basically just allows me to view ad revenue. After that, the Trailers app is actually a really good app made by Apple. I didn't realize how good it was. You can view top charts in the box office, ratings on iTunes. If you watch a lot of movies, I don't, but it's still really well made. This is an app made by Apple that I've only used once or twice before a couple months ago when I re-downloaded it again. It's really well made. You can see what movies are near you in theaters, and you can even order tickets, I believe, or you can see what showtimes are. It is incredibly useful, and I would definitely recommend getting this Trailers app if you are a movie goer. Following that, we've got Google Docs for school. Wi-Fi passwords is another jailbreak thing, which I'll talk about at a later time. Facebook Pages is a beautiful Facebook client. I would definitely recommend it if the normal Facebook app bores you. I've got both on here, but the Facebook Pages app, it's got a really well designed. I think it's been out for a year already now, but it's super well made. Following that is a Hank's keyboard. I actually don't need this app either, so I'm going to delete that as well. But I am not going to delete the next app, which is called Hyperlapse by Instagram. This allows you to basically film these super stabilized, smooth, just beautiful looking time-lapse videos. It's by Instagram, so obviously it's going to make your video look a lot better than before. It basically puts a whole spin on Apple's time-lapse. It's not that shaky time-lapse that you're normally used to thinking about. It's super smooth, and all I can say is that you should go try it out right this very moment. It's available for free, crazy, crazy well made, and I would highly recommend it. I've said that a lot in this video, but this is one of those apps that's just really good. Next up, I use PeaCalc Lite simply to get a notification center widget of a calculator in my notification center. I've probably launched the real app up one or two times by accident, but the notification center widget is totally worth having that installed on my iPhone. After that, I use Instapaper. It is basically a read it later service, so I can send a link to Instapaper and read through it at a later time, or usually I just use the Instapaper app to save links that I definitely want to go back to at a later date. Next up, this gear icon is just a web app for beta testing a certain app called Cold Open that I'm really excited to try out in beta in the near future. Following that is the Subway app, and this is probably one of the worst designed apps I've ever seen. I mean, I launched it right now, just look at how awful it looks. There's like a blacked out status bar at the top. It's not updated for iPhone 6. The menu works okay, I guess. I do not like the design at all. However, you can see that you can actually pay with your phone using the Subway app. It basically works as you add your Subway gift card to the app, or I believe you can even add a credit card as well. And then basically you take a picture of an icon on the payment machine at Subway, and it will automatically deduct that transaction from your Subway gift card. And basically it's a really fun and cool way to pay with your phone, which I'm a huge fan of. I can't wait for the day that you can pay with everything with your phone. That's going to be pretty awesome. Following that, we have iTunes Connect and then an app called Respring Plus and iFile. Both of these are jailbreak things, which I will once again be covering at a later date in a different video talking strictly about my jailbreak tweaks and apps that I have on my device. Then is Swinging Stupendo, just a fun little iOS game that I kind of am addicted to. It's pretty fun to play. I don't know how long it will be still on my device, but it's kind of fun to play whenever I get bored. After that is 1Password, which I use on and off. It allows you to store pretty much all of your passwords in a secure cloud, so if you have a super complicated password that you don't want to remember or don't need to remember, there's an extension where it will automatically fill it in Safari on your Mac or your iPhone or even your iPad, so you can have secure complicated passwords but not have to remember them. After 1Password, we've got Skype, and then following Skype is Okla's Speedtestnet app. This just allows you to test the current megabyte download or megabyte upload of either a 3G LTE or Wi-Fi connection. It's available for free and it works really well, so if you want to know how fast your internet is or how fast your internet is supposed to be, definitely use this app and it works really well. Up at the top is another Destiny-like app. After that, we have Weebly, which allows me to write a post for my main website, iUpdateOS.com, or even view some analytics for that. I'm probably going to be switching from Weebly soon, so that app has a limited lifetime on my phone. After that is Leo Dictionary. This allows me to look up words in German. Once again, going along with I speak German, so that's kind of useful to be able to look up a word in English and see what it is in German. Following Leo Dictionary, we've got the Skyward app, which basically allows me to view the grades for the school I go to. Then we've got Shazam, which allows you to hold this up to a speaker or just let it listen to a song that's playing. So I'll play a song in the background just to demo it for you guys. Once again, can't play the audio for copyright issues, but it will actually identify the name of the song based on the song playing. So if you're hearing a song that you're like, man, this is really good, I want to listen to this and download it again, it will actually listen for the song, and then it will tell you right down below, oh, this is, for example, Gold on the Ceiling by the Black Keys, which, by the way, is a song I just recently discovered that is super good. After Shazam is an app called Dash VPN, which allows you to set up a virtual private network or VPN here on my iPhone. Then we have Test Flight, which allows you to beta test some iOS apps. After that is Schoology, another app that I am not too fond of, but I kind of have to use for school reasons. Next up is Activator, once again a jailbreak thing, Medium allows you to read some articles, which I don't use a whole lot, but when I use it every once in a while, it's nice to have the app installed on my phone. Now, following Medium is this weight calorie counting app. I'm in no way, shape, or form trying to lose weight or even gain weight for that matter. It's just that my weight training coach at school insists that everyone in his class uses this calorie counter to try to see how many calories we're taking and stuff. I would not have this installed on my phone. By the way, I have to launch this. Look at how terribly this is designed. no, it's like an iOS 6 mix between no iPhone 6 support, like thrown together iOS 7 support because it looks like iOS 7, but then it's updated for iOS 6, and it's just terrible. And of all apps, of course, them schools got to pick the best apps out there. This is a terrible app. I'm sure there are better calorie counters out there. So if you want to count your calories, don't use this app. Please just find a different one. After that, we have another third down the column school app called Google Classroom. This is actually a really cool service by Google that teachers can use to give you an assignment, and then you use the attached Google Doc to complete the assignment. It actually works surprisingly well, so I'm not too ashamed of having that installed on my phone. Starting yet another row on my device, Evil Apples is just another game. SNL's 40 app just came out. I am a huge fan of SNL, so being able to watch any SNL skit pretty much ever on demand is right down my alley. After that is iTranslate, I have a lot of school apps on here that I didn't think about. I sometimes use this to translate German to English or vice versa. Then the Weather Channel to see if I'm going to have a snow day in my area. I use the weather app 99% of the time, but if there is a chance for snow, I want to see everything there is to know about if we are going to have a snow day or not tomorrow, so I have the Weather Channel app installed. Then WordPress to manage my second website and also a blog I have for school, yet another school app, and Flex is a jailbreak thing. We are almost at 17 minutes on my dock. I've got the phone app. Mailbox is hands down my favorite email application. I have not really touched my standard mail application on my iPhone, iPad, or the Mac Mailbox app just recently came out, but I have really not touched the Mail default app on my iPhone or iPad probably in 1 or 2 years now. Mailbox has these awesome swipe gestures. I actually made a video on Mailbox that I'll leave right down below in the description. I believe it was my 3rd or 4th video I ever made on my channel, so it's pretty darn bad if you ask me, but if you want a kind of okay overview of what Mailbox is, I'll have it linked down below. After Mailbox is Safari, and then after Safari is Overcast. Overcast is another app that I probably should have reviewed on my channel, but I just didn't for whatever reason, and it is my favorite podcast player, hands down. I actually started listening to podcasts just at the beginning of this year, and I actually have become a huge fan of listening to them in the past couple of months. So Overcast is like my perfect podcast player. I mean, I can't really come up with some legitimate reasons why I use it over the default podcast player. I guess I'm just a huge fan of the design, and although it might look a little bland at first, I promise you'll get used to it. It's available for free, and if you listen to a lot of podcasts, I would recommend checking Overcast out. It's a really solid app. After Overcast, we have got Spotify, which allows you to listen to a lot of songs on demand if you're premium, or any song on demand for free on the desktop or iPad versions of the app. And finally, Cydia is another jailbreak thing, which I will talk about at a later time. This was what is on my iPhone as of February 15th of 2015. This will probably be out a couple days after that date, but this is when I recorded the audio. I hope this fulfilled your desire for a What's on My iPhone video. If it did, feel free to leave a like down below if you enjoyed it, and of course subscribe for more content related to iOS. This has been Sam with iUpdateOS. I am exhausted now, guys, from talking. This is probably the longest video I've ever uploaded of me just straight talking nonstop, so I'll talk to you guys in the next one.